Welcome back to His Perfect Image podcast. Today, in the Hebrew word series, in episode 18, we will talk about the Hebrew word Ruach. Then God said, "Let the land produce vegetation, seed bearing plants and trees on the land that bear fruit, with seed in it, according to their various kinds." And it was so. It is written in Genesis 1:11. And it was so. The creation of living things began on the third day. Living things pertain to any organism or life form that possesses or shows the characteristics of life or being alive. So, per Bible scholars, animals and humans are considered living beings. Plants, for instance, on the other hand, are not considered living beings, they are considered as living things. In the Bible, for the Hebrew word ruach, Bible translators have used three separate translations. In Genesis 1 2, Judges 6:34, 1 Samuel 16:14, and 1 Kings 18:12, it has been translated as spirit. According to Numbers 11:31 and Exodus 10:13, it can also be translated as wind. In Job, on the other hand, the word was used in connotation to breath. Usually the word is used to describe spirit. So, as we've already established, only animals and humans, per the majority, are considered as living beings, and they have a soul called nephesh, or at least nephesh is often translated as soul, but the Hebrew word actually refers to the whole human or animal as a living physical organism. Now, all nephesh beings receive their life from the Ruach. Ruach may be understood as the author of the animating dynamic of the created order, the underlying principle of creation, and the one that imparts the nefesh to the entire universe. Ruach denotes the principle of life that possesses reason, will, and conscience. It imparts divine image to man and, of course, to animals pertaining to the species they are of. When applied to God, it denotes His creative activity and active power, and also works in providence, in redemption, in upholding and guiding His chosen ones, and in the empowering of the Messiah. And Ruach HaKodesh, which is of course the Hebrew word for Holy Spirit, quickens, fills, comes upon, and comforts. It gives life to all living creatures. It is the helper, the equipper, the life giver, and empower, uh, the wisdom itself, creative power, and so forth, life in general. As already mentioned, the Holy Spirit can manifest in different ways, and it is the seven spirits standing before the throne of God that I actually wished to touch upon today. These seven spirits are the Spirit of the Lord, the Spirit of wisdom, the Spirit of understanding, the Spirit of counsel, the Spirit of might, the Spirit of knowledge, and the Spirit of the fear of the Lord. There are two theories worth mentioning concerning them. The first one says they represent the sevenfold ministry of the Spirit as depicted in the book of Isaiah. Others view them as the seven graces, charisma, through which the Holy Spirit manifests in humans that, of course, believe in Yeshua and his resurrection. They are insight, prophecy, helpfulness, service or ministry, instruction, teaching, encouragement, generosity, guidance, leadership, and of course, compassion. So Ruach gives life to living beings, and Ruach HaKodesh, Holy Spirit, after the death and resurrection of Messiah and came upon every believer and now dwells on the inside of us. If ever we are in need of anything, we should turn to the very Spirit that resides on the inside of us. We are truly never alone. That will be all for today. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. To read more, you're free to welcome me on my blog. Until next time, Shalom.